Our dogs bring so much joy into our lives, whether it's their wagging tails, their goofy antics, or the unconditional love they give us. But sometimes we notice behaviors that make us wonder, is my dog okay? It could be a subtle change in their behavior, a shift in their appetite, or something more noticeable like excessive barking. If you've ever found yourself asking that question, you're not alone. What if I told you that these behaviors could be signs of emotional stress? Just like us, dogs can go through emotional ups and downs. They may not speak the same language as us, but they sure know how to communicate what they're feeling. Today, we're going to explore 5 dog behaviors that could indicate deep emotional stress and what you can do about it. Let's start with excessive barking. Sure, barking is normal for dogs, but what happens when they start barking more than usual, especially with no obvious reason? That's when it's time to pay attention. Dogs often bark when they're anxious, scared, or stressed. Imagine you've just moved to a new house, or there's been a change in the daily routine. Suddenly, your dog's barking goes from casual to constant. What they're trying to tell you is that they're feeling uncertain, and their stress is bubbling up through the barking. This behavior could be their cry for help, asking you to make them feel safe again. Next, we have changes in eating habits. It might seem like no big deal if your dog isn't eating as much as they normally would, but a sudden loss of appetite, or the opposite, overeating, can both be signs of emotional distress. Dogs can lose their appetite when they're stressed, just like we do when we're anxious. And some dogs turn to food for comfort when they're feeling down. If your dog suddenly shows little interest in food, or if they're eating much more than usual, it's a signal that their emotional well-being might be off balance. It's a clear indicator that something's wrong in their world. Another common sign of stress in dogs is excessive licking or chewing. Dogs often lick their paws, furniture, or even the floor as a way to self-soothe when they're feeling anxious or stressed. It's their coping mechanism. If you see your dog suddenly licking or chewing more than normal, especially on furniture or objects they've never shown interest in before, it's time to think about their emotional state. Are they feeling overwhelmed or insecure? This behavior could be a reflection of how they're processing those emotions. Let's move on to body language. Dogs are incredibly expressive with their bodies. If your dog suddenly avoids eye contact, lowers their head, or starts cowering, they might be trying to tell you that they're stressed or scared. Some dogs may even hide under furniture or in corners when they're feeling emotionally overwhelmed. These subtle shifts in body language are their way of saying, "I don't feel safe." If you see these signs, take a step back and think about what could be causing their distress. Your dog trusts you to make them feel secure, so creating a calm environment can help them regain their confidence. Finally, let's talk about aggression. It's heartbreaking to see your dog, who's usually calm and friendly, acting out aggressively. But here's the thing. Aggression in dogs is often a result of fear or stress, not hostility. When dogs feel threatened or vulnerable, they might growl, snap, or even bite to protect themselves. If your dog, who normally loves everyone, suddenly becomes aggressive, it's a sign that something deeper is going on. Your dog might be feeling trapped or fearful, and they're reacting out of self-defense. If you see this behavior, it's important to approach the situation with patience and understanding. Your dog is asking for your help, not just in calming down, but in feeling safe again. So what should you do if you notice any of these behaviors in your dog? First, take a step back and assess their environment. Have there been any big changes recently? New people, a move to a new place, or a shift in their routine? Dogs are creatures of habit, and disruptions can cause stress. Create a calm, predictable routine for them. A stable environment can do wonders for a stressed-out dog. If you've ruled out environmental changes and your dog's behavior still seems off, it's time to visit the vet. Emotional stress in dogs can sometimes be linked to physical health problems. Your vet can help determine if there's an underlying medical condition and offer guidance on how to manage your dog's emotional stress. Never underestimate the importance of your dog's mental health. It's just as important as their physical health. At the end of the day, dogs are incredibly loyal, and they rely on us to be their voice when they can express what they're feeling. They might not be able to tell us directly when something's wrong, but their behavior is a language of its own. As dog owners, it's our responsibility to listen carefully and act with empathy. If you've noticed any of the signs we talked about today, don't ignore them. Your dog is asking for your help. If this video resonated with you and you've seen any of these signs in your own dog, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear about your experience and how you've helped your furry friend. And if you found this information helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more insights into dog behavior, and share it with your fellow dog lovers. Let's work together to make the world a better, safer place for our dogs, one paw at a time.